at the populace, but we want to ensure that they keep Dominica clean. Over the past weeks, we see that Dominica have been improving, and you see, when people doing well, we have to say they are doing well.
Okay.
When they're doing well, it tends to give them blows. But we are seeing things improving, and we want to keep our ambulance clean in Dominica because we promote Dominica as a nature island, and we cannot afford to lose our brand. So therefore, both for our brand sake, our marketing sake, and for public health sake. That's why, because we don't want anything to happen and there's an outbreak. We know many people suffer of dengue and all these different things. So it is Dominica Solid with responsibility to ensure to keep the environment integrity and public health safe.
All right. Do you advise, say, there's an event taking place and you monitor the size of the event? Do you basically tell the event organizer, say, you need 10 bins, you need 5 bins, you need such?
Yes, based on every event organizer, that's why we have to work with them. That's why they have to inform us. Or if we don't know, we go to them and they bring their waste management plan and we go and visit the site. And based on that, you can say, no, you don't have sufficient bin, or the bin should be on the location. One, not only having the bins, during the independence term, what we did, we had a launching, we launched our separation at source.
Okay.
And we made the public to understand how important is separation at source. And in T Village Koyon, we saw that it was very successful and the people understand. Yes, there were certain challenges, but the people on a broad perspective, people understood what is separation. And that's here we want, not only having a public event and you picking up the garbage, but we are speaking about waste minimization. Yeah, again, to reduce that volume of waste that's coming to the landfill and to repurpose that. So that's why we are saying that separation at source and with the circular economy. When we tie both the circular economy, when we start speaking of separation at source, then we see opportunities of jobs and other things will come in. But without separation at source, waste management going to be a great challenge.
But don't you think that your organization may have a job to educate the public on just what you're talking about, separation at source? Because some people don't even understand the term.
That's why I'm here today speaking with you so that the people will listen and go on the various platforms so that the people who understand what you are saying, we are here, we are ambassadors of solid waste, and we have a voice. But not only that, those who knows how to do it well, they should educate. We should be our brother's keeper when it comes to waste management. So it's because if something happens wrong to Dominica, it's not only me it affect, but it affects all of us. So therefore, I encourage every listener, especially the public event organizer, to come to Solid Waste to seek more information. Those who are hearing my voice, come to Solid Waste and speak with one of us, and we'll give them more information. Do not wait for the last moment to come to us and to know. You know that you're going to organize an event. Come and we speak with you. We'll guide you.
Is there a fee involved?
Yes, there'll be a processing fee to process the whole thing. Yes, the application, because there's a cost, transportation cost to come and visit this site and everything. There'll be a fee involved in that. But we give you further notice.
How many years ago this piece of legislation that you speak of is in place? Because I'm just saying this is the first I'm hearing about this.
Well, this 2002.
2002.
Yes, right there. 2002, section 30. This legislation is in place. But again, the enforcement aspect. So now.
So it's a law without teeth in the past couple of years then?
Well, I will not say that. Again, I not say that. What I'm saying now, let's forget a couple years. We are going forward.
All right.
What I'm saying now is that public event organizers need to follow the proper protocol.
Yes. No, I agree with you, but I'm saying, I'm wondering why this sudden move to ensure that this law is adhered to?
When everything you see,
You said 2002, right?
yes,
2002.
every organization grows.
All right.
With growth, Dominica Solid Waste is growing. We see diversity in the organization, and we have to meet the not only the national but the international standard and all the different things. But we are saying about growth and the different responsibility solid waste has. As I in the beginning, I said that solid waste is not only collection. There are the various arms to solid waste department, and compliance is one. So in years before, we focus on collection, but now we are seeing the transformation, and for us to be in par with the rest of the world and everybody, we need to make the necessary change.
All right, let's take a quick break. And Dominica, if you have any questions, you can call. Of course, our numbers are 449-3095-96 and 97. We're here talking about with a compliance officer of the Public Works, a public waste department. We'll do this and come right back.
Hardware and home improvement, millions of lines for you. Kitchen appliances, even home decor too. Lumber, lawn, all your garden supplies. Plumbing, welding, electrical supplies.
Visit Do It Center at the former J. Nassif Hardware location on Goodwill Road. Call us at 255-6890.
The Dominica Softball Cricket Association, in collaboration with the Elias Dupy Foundation, proudly presents the Elias Dupy Tip Ball Cricket Festival, all in honor of the late Elias Dupy. Join us Easter Sunday and Easter Monday at the Ansdume Playing Field in the northeast of the island for 2 days of softball cricket action. Games begin 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday and 9 a.m. on Easter Monday, featuring top teams from the north and northeast of Dominica, including Benz, Peebush, Penville, Calabishi, Marigot, Wesley, Woodford Hill, and Portsmouth, all competing for over $3,000 in prizes. Make this Easter one to remember with thrilling cricket, community spirit, and great entertainment. April 5th and 6th at the Ansdume Playing Field. Catch the action live on radio, Facebook, YouTube, and the television. Come out and support the Elias Dupy Table Cricket Festival, where the Northeast will come alive with cricket. Lovely cricket.
This is the Saturday, April 4th. Wake up, let's pop from get ready for Breakfast Bar. It's Breakfast Bar. All happening at Super Special in Sultan. That's your morning the right way with good music, good food, and even better energy. DJ Fit the Boss, DJ Snow, DJ Fantastic, spinning all your favorite tunes. Real and the movement champions TK Combo. And listen, come hungry, cause on the menu we got sauce, black pudding, vegan some fish, stew pops, drop stage, fish and chip, hot water, fish water, and plenty more. Drinks, music, good vibes, guaranteed. And the best part, it's absolutely free. So grab your crew, bring your appetite, and start the Easter weekend the right way. Breakfast Vibes is the Saturday from 7 a.m. sharp at Summer Special in Sultan. Don't miss Breakfast Vibes is powered by Adams, Big Budgets is Delight, and Case Rental.
The Dominica Softball
We're here. We're talking to the compliance officer. Are you the only compliance officer in that ministry?
No, you're a junior one.
No, junior. So you're the most senior.
Yes, I'm supervisor.
And the supervisor. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Yes,
to the wider listening public. Matt, so listening to the gentleman there, and I want to agree with him that the management of waste should be everybody's responsibility. So if you have waste backing up at your home or improper disposal of waste or management of waste, and it's bringing vectors and disease, and that's you can't expect a government to be responsible for your own health. As much as I do agree, there has to be systems in place the government has to have things in place. But that's everybody should be part of understanding that as human beings, we naturally generate waste, whether it's from manufacturing, whether it's through consumption of food, goods, services. Waste is generated. It's part of our life, and I think management is important. But I've heard this conversation over and over, and I want to make some recommendations. Matt, I don't need to introduce myself. You know who I am. And I would like to bring that idea out there because I've mentioned it a couple of times. And in this modern conversation of resilience and self-sustainability, from my experience, waste management can be a value-added or profitable industry, or where you employ people. It's a science. It's not just having guys pick up rubbish by the road. Recycling and waste management is actually a really important engineering study where people harness the decomposition of waste for creating the biogas or things like that that can be used in small generation of electricity. And I'll explain that to you, why it's important. I think personally the landfill in Fonkole up in it's in its time. And every landfill has, believe it or not, a time limit because you can't generate and accumulate waste to the point where it becomes a hazard. And I think over the years we have seen that landfill catching fire now. And if you understand what the dynamics is, it's going to happen over and over again because when waste decomposes, it generates methane gas, which is ignitable. Matt Peltier, we have an opportunity while we're talking about sustainable development and forward thinking. I think my recommendation is one, to come up with a short-term plan to close that landfill at Fonkole. It's too close to the port. It's too close to the city. It cannot expand. To source another area that's away from residential area for the development and creation of a more modern landfill with liners and piping. That way you can harness the gases that are generated from the decomposition of biodegradable stuff. And through vacuum pumps and, as I said, careful engineering design, you can collect that, desulfurate, and have usable gas for small electricity generation, or even use in your garbage collection trucks. I think if we start looking at that, we will see the benefits that can be derived from a careful waste management. And it will make more sense if we have public servants, teachers, nurses invest in such a business where they can benefit from the value derived from the careful management of waste. There is information out there, there is technology out there, there is science out there. I work with people who design landfills for their living. They are engineers. And one of the biggest things that is happening right now is the use of landfill gas, methane gas, for renewable energy. If we can do that, I personally think the landfill in Fonkole needs to close. It's becoming a hazard. It's too close to the city. It's too close to the potential expansion. And I think if we think forward 10, 15, 20 years, we can source a place, have a carefully designed landfill with that in mind and generating revenue and generating energy from that. And it gives us an opportunity to tie that into our sustainable goals, our green energy goals, whatever that case may be. That is my recommendation. I don't have to say much more. There is enough smart people in Dominica that can go do the research. And I would like to support the gentleman. Sometimes, Matt, we call with issues. I'm giving you a solution. I support the gentleman in saying that waste management is everybody's responsibility. You cannot expect when you fall asleep because you have improper disposal of your garbage and your waste to blame somebody, especially knowing that our healthcare system is already a mess. Matt Peltier, you have a good afternoon.
All right, thank you again for your input. We're going back to the compliance officer. You said you wanted to speak to two other pieces of legislation there. Yeah. Can you jump to it?
Yeah. But before, I'd like to make some point on what the gentleman said. I welcome his input. It's very important. It's very important. But one thing I want want to say that landfilling is something of the past. If we are going now, speaking of proper waste management and the circular economy, landfill is something of the past. What we are looking at now is decentralization, having different eco hub. So here we can
The
have,
landfill is overfilled right now. The landfill is it?
I will not say.
So you have to decentralize. You have to put it differently.
Right. As I'm saying, it keeps waste management something dynamic. It's not something that is static. It keeps changing. And as the small island state, you have to understand this thing. To meet the day-to-day challenges and to go beyond, we must have a vision. And that's why we have a vision not only for now, but then. And that's why we are saying that landfilling, though he made this point about landfilling, but landfilling is something of the past. That's why we are looking at decentralization, so that it will be more effective when you tie it with the circular economy. So we cannot really landfill and having a circular economy, but now we are looking at the circular economy and decentralization, which is more effective and efficient and productive for today.
All right, let's move on.
Yes. So the other part I like to say to the businesses, many times we are hearing business personnel saying that solid waste is responsible to collect the garbage. But based on the law, it's not so. Section 45, Part 1 tells us a person who conducts industrial, commercial, and institutional operation in the course of which waste is generated shall make his own arrangements for waste management and shall ensure that any waste generated does not present a risk to human health, safety, or the environment. Part 2 of the same section tells us, for the purpose of giving effect to the requirement of subsection 1, a person who conducts industrial, commercial, and institutional operation in the course of which waste is generated may, in addition to or instead of contracted with other licenses, transport waste to a waste management facility himself, subject to the permit requirement in this act. Very important for us to know that. Or construct and operate on the site waste management facility approved by the minister. So we see that. Very important. So we see that every business, so whether small, medium, or large, they are responsible to carry their waste, to manage their waste, to
Carry it to the site.
either carrying it to the site, they need to have a licensed water to do that. Not any person, but the person have to have a license from Dominica Solid Waste, because
So let's say you're paying somebody to carry it for you.
where that person must have a license to do that.
If you want to do it yourself, what happens?
You take it to the landfill. But if someone going to carry it for you,
Okay.
you have that person must be a approved person by solid waste. They have to have a license. Or if not, solid waste, you have to make arrangements. Anytime you have a third party, you have to make arrangements. You want solid waste to carry that waste, you're supposed to pay. So you cannot just put your waste by the road and expect somebody to solid waste to keep. No. It's not solid waste. Solid waste responsibility is to collect household garbage. But here,
So where does the white goods collection come from?
white goods,
White goods.
that comes from the waste generator, the different household. White goods come from institution, industrial, different things.
But normally I see, say, government department, community development is taking the responsibility to collect solid goods. So
well, that is the local authority. Every village, they have their own council or their committees, which they are empowered by law to do certain things, and it is the local authority benefit, it is also the people benefit, so that they to take care of the people, because they are also responsible in somewhat to maintain the public life of their locality.
Okay. What about the solid waste being in charge of derelict removal? Who's responsible? Yourself or solid waste?
Again, I'm saying we see today. I don't want to speak on derelict.
Right.
That will come out at that time. But the message, my message, the gospel I want to bring out there is the public event, and to let the business owners understand that they have to make arrangements to put the garbage to waste, either through solid waste, they pay solid waste, or they have a license hauler. They cannot put the garbage by the road.
What about I just say people are responsible. The event organizers are responsible for removing the garbage. I saw an activity from some political party taking place in Layo recently, and after that we saw the rain washing this the debris to the river. Who's responsible?
But as I said, it's the event organizer that is responsible.
So would it mean that any political party organizing would be the one responsible?
Yes. If it's a church, political party, whoever, the event organizer, that's why the description is clear. Talking about the organizer.
Okay.
You organize an event, you're responsible for it, you take charge of that. In the carnival season, we see the Calypso Association, the DDA, they take charge of what they have to do. So the person that organizes T Village Creole, they have to take charge. So any event, the person that organizes that event have to take charge.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying to the people, the commercial businesses, the institution, they need to pay. Because if I come to your restaurant, just eat your meal and I just step out, you call the police. So when you put your garbage out there and you expect me to collect it, what it says? So and they are generating revenue. So they need to make that payment if we are collecting. If
you arrange with Public Works to make that collection?
Solid waste.
Solid waste, sorry.
Solid waste, yes. Solid waste. So they have to arrange for solid waste, and we give them the rate, and they make the necessary payments. But what I'm saying to
how is the rate determined?
The rate is determined accordingly.
Okay.
So we go, we have our compliance officers, we have our sales monitoring officers, and we go out there, we have the criteria, and we will tell them.
Okay. Let's continue.
Yes. So I want to say that waste management is very important. We went out there, we did a survey, we divided the city in blocks, 5 blocks, and ensure that we collect the names of the businesses, ensure the people are aware of certain things. And so we want the businesses to understand, hey, I have a responsibility. When Dominica is affected, everyone is affected. So I need to, if you are not paying for your solid waste, and you need to start to pay. And now we have more banking that make payment even easier, so that they can come to the office and get information, and go to the website, get information, which they need to make payment. So I those Dominicans that want to pay, want to contribute to the system, you can start contributing. Do you contribute to solid waste system?
Of course, if I have to.
Right. So you can contribute now, starting 25 a contribution. I said contribution.
So you can voluntarily make a contribution.
Yes, that contribution is $25 upward. If you feel to make more, that's okay. From $25 upward, you can contribute to the system. So I appeal to every Dominican that are hearing my voice and they want to contribute to solid waste. You don't need to be in Dominican.
So how much do you contribute?
Well,
how much would you request one person contributes to the system?
Well, we start at 25. So if you want to put more than that, that's okay. So that's why I'm saying that money. If without money, we can get nowhere. Money and serve all things. So we know to stay in business, you need money.
So you need everybody to make that contribution.
Yes, we are calling to people to make a contribution to solid waste. Yes. So yeah, I know voices. You want solid waste to improve? We need money. We need an injection of cash flow. So make a contribution. And the businesses, we are telling them to start paying.
And the businesses will pay the same?
No.
The businesses will have to pay what?
The businesses, as I told you, there are different categories of business. You have small, you have medium, you have large, and there are different type of businesses. All these have to take into consideration and the payment. And then when we come to them, we will tell them what category, what type of business, and they will get their fee.
Let's take a phone call because I have a question to ask you. And maybe it's above your pay grade, but I'll ask the question anyway. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes, man. I heard a man speaking about the businesses. In Roseau have a lot of Chinese businesses. Ask him for me, please. If these people are paying, and I think I've seen they're doing in Roseau a lot, is getting the paros to take things from their stores and their business places and put it where, and the garbage truck collecting the garbage, it's up from their property and paying for that, sir. Can you tell me? I would really like to know because the people in Roseau, the Chinese are not paying you all and all. You know that. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Well, Blue, you're asking the question and you're answering the question too. So how do you know the Chinese are not
Exactly.
paying?
That's what I was just about to ask her. And my question to her, Ash, is she contributing to the system?
Blue, you have to call back. I can't speak for Blue. Are you contributing to the system of solid waste? But the fact that you're asking the question, I need to ask you a question because how long you been in the system? How long you been a solid compliance officer?
Well, 10 months, but I've been working there for 21 years.
You've been working there for 20. Have you, sir? I'm just asking the question. You don't have to answer. It's your choice. I've been told, I've been a journalist for almost 30 years or maybe more, that the government of Dominica should be receiving monies, environmental levies to take care of all solid waste needs. Are you aware where this money is going to?
Well, Matt, as I said, we are discussing public event and compliance. So we stick to that discussion and another time, if we want that, we'll discuss that. But no, as I tell
So
you,
you don't know. For now, you don't know that answer.
well, as I tell you, you tell me, I am saying you. I tell you.
So
man,
now is not
not
the
the
time.
time.
Not the time.
everything under this one have the appropriate time.
Okay.
Then let them to sleep.
I just
then
thought
wake up.
I just thought I should ask you the question. Maybe you can go back and ask your authorities, and maybe they'll tell you. But let's take a phone call. Are you there? Yes.
My environmental levy is there to pay for me. That is what the environmental levy is for. To pay for us that cannot afford to pay solid waste. That is why it was introduced to the system, sir. So tell the people that collect in the monies, they collect in to do what they have to do with it. And them business, as I say in tongue, a lot of the businesses that are in tongue tell me, of course the Chinese does the plan, well, you know that. When I take their rubbish and they give it to them paros to go and throw for them, who paying for it? Are you going to them and ask them for money? What are they going to tell all you? I give a paro to throw rubbish for me? Give me a break.
All right, Blue say.
No, let me say we should not make assumption on these things. You must have facts.
Okay.
You cannot go and make assumption or discriminate. Waste management has no discrimination.
Okay.
So you must see waste as a resource, and do not attack race or person when it comes to waste management. So that discrimination that is not acceptable. We do not encourage racism in our country and in our organization. So we should not attack a waste, but look at the whole issue of waste management. What waste affect me? How I can use it as a resource? And based on the law again, Matt, people need to understand that.
Well, you see, I see what your problem is. I see why some people may have problems because the law that you're talking about, the law says that the environmental levy. I don't know if it's above your pay grade. The law says that the environmental levy is responsible for the management of solid waste. So hence people say, well, we have laws for the environment, and the law is saying that that's what should take responsibility for our garbage, right? So people are saying, you see, there's a law for the government, so why should we follow your law when they're not respecting the law?
You see, that's why I say the people that are quoting the law, they are not quoting it in full. But I don't want to go in that discussion. because that take a lot, is a whole story by itself.
Right.
And we will not finish.
Okay.
So I don't want to start something that will not finish.
Okay.
That is not wise. You have to have wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you have to be discreet. So that's why I tell you we are discussing public events
Okay.
and waste management when it comes to the cities.
So you'll come back some other time and
Right. We can have that for that time. We
Okay.
can discuss. But what we are discussing today,
Okay.
we want the businesses to understand that they need to, when it comes to the garbage, they need to manage it properly.
Okay.
They cannot put the garbage at any time outside. They cannot put it on the roadside. They have to make arrangement with the hauler, what time they're going to collect, and also to organize that. Because imagine in the morning, you coming in the morning and you see a heap of garbage in front,
You
295. That will be unsightly. You'll be disgusted.
Right.
So you don't want anyone to come to just put garbage all on the sides. That is a bad image of Dominica. So that's why we are saying the people, when they're having businesses, when they plan to have a business, they need to have a waste management plan. You have to think how I am going to manage my waste, because you are going to generate waste. So in having that business, one of the requirements should, hey, I need to manage my waste. And that's why I'm saying people are interested in having businesses. They have to realize I cannot do business as usual. People that have a restaurant, they have to understand if we're going to open a restaurant, a snacket, or a bar, I need to have some level of control to control that grease. That grease, so that the grease is not going to the gutter. So we have to understand that, because Dominica is all of us. So it's not one person or a set of people, but we are one country.
I agree.
And
Let's take a phone call because we don't have too much more time. Hello, talk to me. We have one piece of other legislation before
Yes.
we go. All right. Let's talk about that before we go. Yes?
Hello, good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Listen to this. Matt, I'm listening, I'm shaking my head. Matt, we have a serious issue in Dominica. The young man is evading question, number one. And Matt, the idea about contributing. We are talking about manage waste. It's not an organization. This is not an organization. This is an institute elected or legislated by parliament, even financially by the government, to that institution. And here we are talking about collection or contribution. Matt, up here, where am I? And I think last week I was showing a Dominican. I put my video and I showed him the 2 bin. Look, my wife just paid $700. That's for over about a year. She just paid $700 to manage waste system in Stacia. $700 US dollars. That's what we had. Oh, Matt, you understand? And government sent a letter. That is how the law and order operates. They send letters to us, even threatening about the law. I'm just using the terms that we could understand. Matt, there was a black and an orange bin, one for recycling and the black one for mixed garbage. And we put it out. Matt, every month we pay $43 every 3 months to a term. You know, every 3 months. 3 months for 12 months in a year, so every 3 months down to the year. We pay 40 some. It's depending on the family household. For business place, there's a bigger orange bin for the business place. They pay more money. Organization and organizing the institution that the law can prevail. We don't have to go around asking for contribution. We must set the laws and the principles in place. Let the people get the garbage bin, give it to the people, then put a number, their meter number on the garbage bin, and these people have to pay. If they don't pay, you know who don't pay, because it is set up. So this brother who comes talking about contribution, Matt, he's trying. You ask him a question about the law, Matt, he's evading. This is our problem in Dominica. We're waiting for another time to bring it in. I remember the same situation that happened with the immigration and the custom. He's saying that is not his post, but yet he deals with custom. Matt, this is the issue we have in Dominica. So, bro, we need to get things right and put it into place. I'm listening.
All right, thank you. Yes, our final piece this afternoon.
So I want to answer the journey.
Yes.
And it's not, when we're speaking about waste management, it's not invaded. We have a essay, an essay, the essay have structure.
Okay.
So always have structure.
But laws always have structure, right?
Everything has structure. So many times people just take a few legislation, but if you go to the printer and you buy it and you educate yourself, you realize that many things you think that is there, that you think that you're saying, and people say it's not so.
No, but I just want to bring to your attention that the very fact that we're saying that people are now saying and they'll get a pushback all the time. I feel your pain. Maybe the questions may be above your pay grade, but the fact that we have laws in place to cover this cost, people are always going to say, you know what, I'm not paying this cost because we have the environmental levy to cover this cost. That's a simple solution.
Yeah.
So you understand why the pushback. We have a law put in place many years ago to take care of the garbage disposal. So people saying why this law is in place and it's not being adhered to, but yet to coming to us and asking us did they contribute. That's where your pushback is.
So the understand.
Tell me.
The law
Uh-huh.
is not saying it's not only solid waste. It's different institutions that take care of health, environmental.
All right.
So that money may have to be divided. So
It should, but tell us what. Tell us what it's being used for right now as we speak.
that is not in my jurisdiction to tell you
That's
as
why
a compliance officer.
That's why I tell
So-
you it's above your
No,
pay
maybe-
grade. So try to not do
So
it.
that's why I tell you.
Yeah.
That's why from the beginning I tell you I zero on board. What I came, my
Okay.
mission. My mission is to speak about
But
public events and
Yeah,
compliance.
but you're gonna get a serious pushback. Anytime you ask for money, people are gonna say, well, the environmental levy is being used for
So-
other items.
So that's why I'm saying
Yes.
the money we are speaking to is to the businesses. To business, that's why I read the law to you and tell the businesses are responsible to manage
You
the waste.
also- you also-
And I said
The public is responsible too. You said that too.
Yes, I said the public is responsible to manage their waste.
Uh-huh.
And if they will contribute to the system, they can contribute.
That is where I'm telling you the pushback is. People are not listening. People
so-
will not.
so- so-
Let me take a phone call. Let me take a phone call. Are you? Because we have another stop coming. Are you there, caller?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Oh, hello.
Yes, this guy, it looks like somebody sent him to that one. He does not understand. The government, the law of government, the law have a levy that the government taking money to do that work. And we never get one freedom from the government. So why he asking people to pay? Well, if he asking people to pay, government do it right. Let everybody pay for their garbage on their garbage box. But he cannot come and ask people to put for him then when it he does not hear the government getting money to do those work already. How much money more he wants again?
Thank you. That's the pushback. Well, let's take another phone call before we wrap up here. It's not his fault. I'll start with him. It's not his fault. That's beyond his pay grade. Hello, talk to me. Are you there? Yes.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Listen to you. Yes.
Matt, this gentleman may have good intention, but
That's
this
it.
is a country of laws. If the law is not there, you cannot force me to contribute. If I choose not to contribute, what are you going to do? I will contribute. Some people will contribute, some won't. Are you going to pick up the garbage of only those who contribute? There's a real problem with the garbage, Matt, and it has to start from a whole new system of garbage disposal. He's trying to make an argument, but the system of garbage collection is faulty. It has to completely be revamped, renewed, something complete, not halfway. Dominica needs a complete overhaul of the garbage system, man.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you. Another voice note. The calls are coming in here. Hello, talk to me. And we have to wrap it up. Yes. Something is wrong. All right, let's wrap it up here, sir. I know you're under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, Matt. I want the people to understand.
Yes.
From the inception, when I spoke,
Right.
I spoke concerning public events, the responsibility. I spoke about the householder, the responsibility. It will be, in all fairness, if there is you are using a service that you do pay, you give some contribution.
Yeah.
I say, that's why
I take care of myself. I take care of our gentleman. Yes.
But most importantly, when you spoke and in context,
Right.
people always take things in context.
Right.
When I was when you're speaking about the price, the cost of it, and then I spoke on it. I say, no, they can contribute. People are contributing to the system. They can contribute. People are willing to contribute to the system, and we provide a platform for them. But most importantly,
Speak to the microphone.
most importantly, I want the people, the business people, to understand that they are responsible for their own garbage. And if they would like solid waste to collect the garbage, they have to make the proper arrangement for solid waste. Anytime there's a third party involved, they have to make proper arrangement. And that person may be either Dominica Solid Waste or a license holder. They have to be approved by Solid Waste.
All right. Do you have any other final point to make? Because we have moved beyond time. Yeah.
So we like to tell the people that if a person will contrary in a provision, when people dump in things anywhere, litter, we see a lot of litter in Dominica. And we like to tell the people that there is a penalty for littering. We cannot, if the person litter and they are fined, they can pay up to $5,000 in the court. So I'd like to encourage every Dominican to keep Dominica clean and green. Waste management is everybody business. It's not one person or a set of people, but waste management. When it comes to public health, your health, my health, all of us health. So if you protect me, I protect you, I protect Dominica, and Dominica is not about the trees and the mountains and the rivers. Dominica is about you and me. And you have to understand that. And we have to understand the responsibilities that we have. And as stewards, we have to be faithful in what the good Lord have entrusted us.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure when you come back, you will get some permission to talk about other things, including the levy, huh?
Yeah, so we have to take it. You have to deal with the matter at hand.
Okay.
So you cannot run there, run there. You have to remain focused.
So when will you be back to talk about the levy?
Well, after the Easter.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. We have a packed program, Dominica. This is very interesting, eh? We're running away from the question of the levy. But want somebody to make a contribution. Wants Dominicans. I take care of my garbage. It's our responsibility, but the government itself has its responsibility, and that is the levy to be directed to the solid waste department. That's the law. We're going to come back right after this. Stick around. Stick around.
The Dominica Softball Cricket Association, in collaboration with the Elias Duby Foundation, proudly presents the Elias Duby Tip Ball Cricket Festival, all in honor of the late Elias Duby. Join us Easter Sunday and Easter Monday at the Ansdume Playing Field in the northeast of the island for 2 days of softball cricket action. Games begin 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday and 9 a.m. on Easter Monday, featuring top teams from the north and northeast of Dominica, including Benz, Peebush, Penville, Calabishi, Marigot, Wesley, Woodfordale, and Portsmouth, all competing for over $3,000 in prizes. Make this Easter one to remember with thrilling cricket, community spirit, and great entertainment. April 5th and 6th at the Ansdume Playing Field. Catch the action live on radio, Facebook, YouTube, and the television. Come out and support the Elias Duby Table Cricket Festival, where the Northeast will come alive with cricket. Lovely cricket.
Dominica, get ready. Automotive Alliance presents the ultimate weekend showdown. Light 'em up. All rockets are taking over Kingsville Airport this April 4th and 5th. Saturday, it's Test and Tune. Dial it in. Sunday, it's time to go heads up quarter mile racing, the car show, and the Sound Up Championship. Bring the whole family for the Kids Zone, music, food, and the loudest two-step competition on the island. Admission, adults $20, kids $10. Want to be in the heat of the action? Grab a pit pass for $50 daily. Registration $100, partial entries of $50. Media partner, Kyrie FM, U95 FM, The Vibes Radio. Line 'em up, April 4th and 5th at the Kinfield Airport. Be there or get left at the line.
The Dominica Softball Cricket Association, in collaboration with the Elias Dupuy Foundation, proudly presents the Elias Dupuy Tip Ball Cricket Festival, all in honor of the late Elias Dupuy. Join us Easter Sunday and Easter Monday at the Ansdume Playing Field in the northeast of the island for 2 days of softball cricket action. Games begin 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday and 9 a.m. on Easter Monday, featuring top teams from the north and northeast of Dominica, including Benz, Peebush, Penville, Calabishi, Marigot, Wesley, Woodfordale, and Portsmouth, all competing for over $3,000 in prizes. Make this Easter one to remember with thrilling cricket, community spirit, and great entertainment. April 5th and 6th at the Ansdume Playing Field. Catch the action live on radio, Facebook, YouTube, and the television. Come out and support the Elias Dupuy Table Cricket Festival, where the Northeast will come alive with cricket. Lovely cricket.
This is the Saturday, April 4th. Wake up, let's pop from get ready for Breakfast Vibes. It's Breakfast Vibes. All happening at Summer Special in Sultan. That's your morning the right way with good music, good food, and even better energy. And all that DJ Flip the Boss, DJ Snow, DJ Fantastic, spinning all your favorite tunes. Real and the Women's Champions TK Combo. And listen, come hungry, because on the menu we got subs, black pudding, vegan fish, stew pops, rock sticks, chips, fish and chips, hot water, fish water, and plenty more. Drinks, music, good vibes guaranteed, and the best part, it's absolutely free. So grab your crew, bring your appetite, and start the Easter weekend the right way. Breakfast Vibes is the Saturday from 7 a.m. sharp at Summer Special in Sultan. Don't miss Breakfast Vibes, is powered by Adams, Break Your Brothers, Mr. Light, and Case Rental.
All right, Dominique, I was expecting to speak with this couple from the Wharton Waven area just for a few minutes. Because there seems to be an update. And then we'll move to the issue at hand as it relates to the MMC taking the government of Dominica to court. But just for a few minutes, I just want to give you an update as to, we've been talking about this land issue for many weeks. Many weeks. I've just been told that the police, for some reason, I don't know just yet, have both the father and son in custody as we speak. So this is getting serious. And we have the wife and mother with us there for 5 minutes to explain to us just what is going on. Good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
Good afternoon to you, Matt. Good afternoon to K95 listeners. Well, Matt, honestly,
You seem a little broken.
yeah. Well, you used to say I was frustrated, and I said I'm not frustrated, but yes, I am broken and disappointed.
You're disappointed. Why are you disappointed?
Why am I disappointed? Because, Matt, look how long we have been calling out, going to all doors, knocking everywhere. Nobody's opening. Nobody's paying attention. It going down to deaf ears. He said, write a letter. He got 2 letters. You read it out in the public. Still no answers. We still feeling threatened. We block the road, which they tell us used to cross and go at our home. As I tell you, the road is going down. Little by little it going. We have a right to demand the right road for the land of Christopher George. No one is giving us answers. My husband blocked that road. Several times they come since Monday. The first thing, they come, the Wasco workers come at my train. If I did, they tell them no. They go, come back with the police. They unblock the road. Okay. You're all going up to the yard street and see that the parents are not there. They don't say nothing. Those children, so they start to crank their gun because we have a bad dog there, and the dog, you come in, they will back. They hear the children voices, it will back, obviously.
All right.
The children keep asking, what you coming for? No answer, but you cranking gun, and the children not there. I had a 2 years old and a half, a 16 years old and a 19 years old. They want to tell me the 19 years old is an adult, but the rest is children.
Okay.
They didn't do anything, and they have proof of it. They didn't say anything wrong. It have proof of it, Matt. They can't gone. What happened the 27th of July 2025 must get my children afraid, scared. It's children that have no explanation to what is happening.
Okay.
When they saw that the police cranking guns still continue coming without giving answers, when they approached the house, the children took the initiative of letting go the dog.
Okay.
They shoot after it, but bullet didn't take it. It escaped and go. Actually, they actually shot twice.
I have that video.
They leave. They go. Come back Tuesday again, because my husband decided he's going to block the road again. Come back Tuesday again, the same way. Still going up in my yard again. I'm not there and they know that. Approaching my children, telling them, hold a dog that is already tied. The dog is tied. You have no warrant. You have no affair going up in my yard and search for nothing, because there's nothing that you need to go searching for. You come for a road that block. You're not even telling the children, well, we come because of the road. There's nothing. They're asking, they're not answering, Matt. They still cranking up gun again. This trip, they didn't get to film it because the phone was let's call it dead. So they didn't get to film that part. Pulling gun, hold your dog. We shouldn't say, but the dog tied. You know what yard? The dog is tied. So my daughter, she went to the dog, but because he was right in front, they had there and the dog. If he didn't hold his balance properly, it would have bite him. Because you're right in front of my door. That's where my dog be. So if you're that close for the dog to hand up, jumping behind you, and it doesn't do that anyhow. Once you come close to it, boundary it can able to manage, it jump on you. And that's it. Attack reaction that day on Tuesday. Hold your dog, pulling gun, hold your dog. My daughter hold it and say, "Oh, you in our yard." And the dog, it tie.
Okay.
And they looking to go. And my daughter tell them, no. Or the dog going nowhere, go. They leave and go. I take the initiative and I went to the police station on Tuesday. Monday when that happened, I made a report Monday. Statement. I even forgot to bring the paper. I bring the statement. The first statement, Matt, I went and made to the police about what happened the 27th of July. The officer that took my name or the inspector, whatever it is, her name is not on top of my paper. But the second one, her name is there, and which I find that is weird. Anyway, let's continue. I went and made my statements. They took my statement, blah, blah, blah. I come to them and I Tuesday, telling them that at least I want answers, something to be done. So it's like, okay, why you block the road? Well, look, my safety for my children, and we want our road. We want answers. The police is still telling me we cannot deal with that problem, and we cannot leave our office and come and secure you. But Matt, I'm supposed to protect myself. I not go and every chance what I see come, they send stone behind it because it stopped, and when they see me coming, go back. That's what normally they do nighttime. So we decide, well, if that road be blocked, you cannot do that, Matt.
The road is leading to where?
The road is on the family's land, which Dowasco have an access to go up to their dam.
Okay.
Honestly, it's like that road. I don't even know who road that really is because it have many owners. No, they tell us to pass on that road to go at our home. Normally, that's called it is our road because Olu took our road and give it to the neighbor as part of her land that Olu sold for her. Because yesterday I get more information knowing that exactly where we were passing and where they block, that's where we were passing. I'm not the ancestors, one of the family members that we have the permission for to be on the land. I called her yesterday to make her give her more information, and she clarified everything for me and tell me that is where we're supposed to be passing, not where we be there passing on Dowasco Road. When I showed her the state of the road we passing on, she was surprised. She was, how can we be passing on a road like that? And nobody's saying nothing, nobody's saying nothing. Everybody be knocking the where the Prime Minister, why isn't the answer in? No, they come. Yesterday, they had blown that unblock. My husband got unblock, block it back. I told him, don't do that because actually at the time of the day, there's police coming every time having this chain. I don't like that. I'm not feeling safe for especially the 2-year-old. He just excited him, no, stop. He tell me, no. At the end of the day, who's going to protect us, baby? Hear what they're telling you. They cannot solve the problem again and again. They're telling me they will come and watch the road, and that's it. When? I don't know. But Matt, they act like as if they never knew nothing happening. When I have to explain to them everything from the beginning again and again and again. Mr. Jeffrey stand up in front of me. Like I never made no report about that. How many times to him about the police coming at my home 27th of July. When I told that to the chief tell me, police doesn't react so. If it was police, they'd have make sure I come outside. They doesn't knock on the door, they would have banged open my door. But my dogs were silenced. They didn't bark at all, Matt. You know, the watchman tell me if I think they put some spell on my dog or something like that. I was like, but what stupidness you telling me? For me, it's drugging. They drugged out the dogs. That's because if they dog the back, obviously, that's the only reason. For me, that's what I see because they don't back at all, none of them. And they should have back, especially the black one they shoot after the other day there. It should have back, and it never backed. They telling me if that's police, they will know that. I said, but if it's not police, why aren't you all making investigation to find out what really happened there? What really going on? Who was this officer that say that? Because an officer claimed to me that he was at my home. He claimed that, and he said something that we said late down in the night when we continuously hearing the footsteps calling to call the police station and to get in through. I even tried that last night too, and I recorded it for you to can see it. I'll show it to you just now. And not getting through. Not getting through. No police don't answer. When we start to call out late in the night, we call on the creator, Matt. We call him out to help us out for that night because we don't have no explanation what happening. That is when we see here, no more footstep in the yard, silence outside. And that officer there, repeat to me, whole night, all it was in all your house, they're screaming, I am. And you're telling me, husband, to come out for cutlass. They ain't asking him no questions. Nothing is going to be done. It's like they're watching me and telling me they cannot do nothing for me what the police come and do at my home on Monday, and me what the police come at my home and did on the 27th of July, which I'm not even certain it's police, because there you're confirming to me what I was always checking at. I can't understand why would police come like that at my home. And you're telling me that police doesn't react like that, police doesn't do like that.
So tell me, what is the situation as we speak? Because I just saw a video that showed that I saw both your son, your elder son, and your husband being taken away. What was that about?
Because of the road. No, when they come yesterday, they just come there, Matt. Nothing, a van first. Don't say nothing. So when I see that, man, I start to flame. I make a little video and I was like waiting to see who coming out, why they come. Nothing, Matt. I was like, okay, well, I go in live because I have no idea what plan it is. So I go live. But I guess they realize I go in live. They start to reverse, Matt. I start to follow. And I thought, why? All you come out and tell us something, ask us questions, say why all you come there. Nothing. They reversing. I continue following. My husband checking, scores repeating to them why he blocked the road. I tell them to cool out. Let them come out and approach us.
All right.
They continue reversing. When I was like, but why? Where are you going? All you do tell us nothing, all you just come down, all you going back. A little while after they stop, and then I think two of them came out. I approached my husband, unblock the road. My husband said no. He said, unblock the road, we're gonna make an investigation. I said, well, maybe if they're gonna investigate, unblock the road for them. He unblocked it, he and my son. That's my older son, the one they go with. He unblocked it. They don't want it to, but because I tell them to do so, they do so. When they unblock it, I stand up in the middle and I say, officer, no name, but do you have a warrant? Can I know what the inspection that are you going to make about? No answer. He don't give me his name. He don't tell me anything. They just there. I say, but all you cannot jam me, that is one. And all you on private property, I need to know why all you come there. Never give an answer.
Did they have a warrant?
No. I asked them how many times, Matt. No, they never answer. If they have one, they never said anything. When my husband see that and I tell them, well, all you can go in because they start walking up on foot, they stop a little way, watch, and they just go back down, go in their vehicle, and they go. I was like, but I don't understand. All you say, all you making, no, before they go, I was like, but I don't understand. Investigation, no warrant, nothing. My husband decided to start by, I said, God, why you block it for? They don't even leave and go, you blocking it. No, it had a door code ban up there and we didn't even know that. All they had to do was simply tell us that, but they don't say anything, Matt. But my husband anyway checking, but it's my security I blocking there for. All you know, you cannot come and keep us security, give us no safety. So well, we block the road. He go in, back and block it. They leave and they go. We go up in our yard. Matt, it don't take long. 1 minute after, immigration bus come. They come, we continue asking the same question. Where the warrant totally come for? Come for the warrant. We say, but show it, read it to us. Come for the warrant. So when they see we wasn't coming, they approach and they pass on the other side, where that is the neighbor side there. They pass there and they come in. I tell them, don't trespass because that is private property. You don't have warrant, you have to show warrant, you have to give a reason. Officer Azil, I am Officer Azil, I come and arrest you and your wife. I say, for what? Obstruction. Obstruction of what? He had to say what? Anyway, he come, he stop the whole my husband, they ask for handcuff, they come to take my husband, they don't put the handcuff on him. Because my son was, everybody started to talk, but all you have rights to do that, come out, well, you check the children, I start to check, but why are you doing is that? Boom. My husband say he don't register an arrest. All you want to go with me, no problem. So I say, but all you have to tell me, why are you going with me? I obstructing what? Then he say, well, all you blocking the road. Oh, we blocking the road? Okay, did you see me block road? He cannot answer me. Obstruction again. I say, okay, Officer Azil, I'm not going nowhere with you. They take my husband, boom, then my son ended up coming in front when one of them male officer, came towards me, touching me, and he said, no, don't touch my mother. He said, well, I'm going to arrest you for resisting arrest. I said, but officer, but resisting what arrest? You don't even come for my son, so how are we resisting arrest? We still take him and go. I say, my son, calm down. In the meantime, since I was filming there, I cut off and tried to call the lawyer. But before I end up calling my lawyer, Officer Azil approached me again, trying to take me off of the property by force, without even explaining my rights, without even telling me what is the real reason he arresting me. I told him that I'm not living there because I know my rights. I need to call someone to watch after my children. That is one. And two, I need to call my lawyer. Oh, when you reach young in the cell, you will have time to do that. And he going if me, I tell him, no. In a little talk, we talk, one of them call him. I don't know for what reason, but they call him. As soon as he let me go and they call him, I dial my lawyer number. I don't know what, but to me, it seems like the officer told him to leave me. But he decided no. Because the first time they come and arrest, he didn't go with me. I escape, which is the same threat my neighbor told me. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I escape, not this time. Baby, do saving me. He come back again, trying to take me off of the property, and I maintain I'm not going. At the same time, on the call with my lawyer, which he didn't realize. But when he realized phone in my ears and I'm repeating that for him, his real phone was ringing, no answer. As soon as the lawyer said hello, he let me go. And he go. He just let me go and he go. And his last statement to me was, I take note of that. And they go with them.
And that was last night?
Yes. Let's call it about after 5 in the evening.
So what have you learned since then?
What have I learned since then? When I called my loan, obviously they left me because I was in contact with the lawyer at the same time. They have explained to him and telling him what happened and why. He telling me first thing, why immigration boss? Then second, he's like, he don't understand nothing. So he tell me he'll call me back. When he called me back, he's telling me that they tell him my husband down there, he forget I had told him my son too.
All right.
So he asked about my husband. He tell me that they tell him my husband down there for obstruction. So now he tell them, but the man putting them thing there for his safety and all them kind of a thing there. All you have to do is explain to the man, all you don't do that. No, they telling him, well, he did because of damaging government property. I don't know what property is that, what government property is that, but that's what the lawyer told me. So I said, so what about my son? He said, oh yeah, I forgot. He asked me the name, I told him the name, he go back. And he called me back, he telling me he cannot get a proper answer to why my son inside of there. I've been calling that lawyer since morning, don't get no answer. But he is always there. I ended up approaching a lawyer by faith, no lie, by faith. I saw him, they told me about him, I saw him, I just called his name. I wasn't so sure. So I just called the name. When I called the name, I saw he turned back. I said, okay.
That's another lawyer?
Yes. I approached him. He didn't have much time. So he told me, just go fast enough. I told him, well, my husband and son was arrested because of obstruction. He told me, all right, I'll get back to you. He know why I said it. He came the first time, but I wasn't there because I went to this police station to find out what's really going on. But there, no answers. Wait, the officers that was investigating, they're not on site. They go also. I'll call the inspector. I talked to me. I'll call you to make you know what happened. They're letting them go today or how long they holding them. Okay, that's all I can do. But no, my son telling me that the lawyer passed like a second time to see if he could have met me. But unfortunately, I just moving up and down to see where I can get my husband and my son get answers. So I'm just up and down, Matt. I think I was there by you at that time. Yeah, at the earlier. And he told me that the lawyer said that it's useless. The charge is useless. So Matt, if it's useless, why is my husband inside there and my son under a useless charge? Everybody keep on checking, but they have no right to arrest him for blocking a road. Why is he inside there? And you know the worst part of it all? The Wasco van that was up there. We didn't know about. They came down, but I wasn't there because I went to a neighbor to get some information about the land, to get to somebody I could contact who can able to help stand up with us. They tell me normally that person was the next elf king, so I'm trying to get in contact with that person also. I went to get the information, the number, so I could get the information to get to the person. So while I was at the neighbor house, my phone ringing, my children screaming, what happened to all you? I buy the neighbor, I come in just now. I tell her I go and look for some information, I come in. Mama, so let's call it's French. Mama, so I said, wait, I will come back, I come in. Mama, wait, they had a Wasco van up there. A Wasco van? They say, yes, the Wasco van was up there. They checking, but to me, they see it go down earlier in the day, but they didn't see it go back up. They don't hear it, nothing. I say, well, maybe when all he was laughing, something, all creepy. But all they had to do was tell us that. But no one, they pass. The insurance they was outside, because obviously I go. That happened to their father. They waiting to see me come back. Why is they outside? The van stopping. The workers coming and walking at them laughing. One of them looked at my daughter, my older daughter, until I watch my face properly. I coming back for all you. Matt, why do a worker have to do it that far? No, I told that to them. They told me I have to bring my daughter to make a report. But as far as I understand, it's like as if nobody want to do nothing. We wrong, and that is just all. Nobody is saying, well, but that is what pushed them to do that. They don't want to do what all you want them to do. Carry bodies. We don't want no bodies. Not mine's, not her own neither. I don't want nobody blood on my hand. And I don't want my blood on nobody's hand. I am not willing to go down if the evil deeds, Matt. Because right now, that is just pure evil right now. That is pure evil, Matt.
So you're hoping somebody intervenes at this time?
I'm there speaking. If it's that they don't want it, Matt, I pull the courage and I come here alone. And I'm there speaking. My husband and son is inside there on a useless charge. A useless charge. So at the end of the day, what is the Prime Minister waiting for? Is it he's doing that there? That is the way of he responding my letter? I find that's a very I don't know what to say, Matt. There's no words right now. No words, but just we need answers and solution at that time right now.
Well, that's all I can say at this time. We'll investigate further, and you've given your side of the story. We'll find out just what is going on. Actually, I got the security minister involved, and the prime minister, he said he wrote to him, and we heard that letter. We'll repeat it again, and we're hoping that something is happening, because the story is now both son and father in the cells right now, and we're just waiting to hear what the police will have to say. Hello, talk to me, yes? Yes.
I feeling the pain that's going on. So nobody, not the priest, not the pastor, not the people on the road working, nobody can help those people to come to an agreement, to come out in that war. Man, I feel sorry for the lady. I don't know. I don't want to know. But we must talk to Dominica. He's not going to let it come in and talking. And God is a human being. They have children. Mother, I'm not saying she right. I don't know. But that would peace. When the priest, when the pastor, look at the one the pastor, and God help those people. Mama.
All right, thank you, Tell. I'm just hoping I've tried on many occasions. These people have been coming here since when?
Since October, we think we start coming by you. Since last year, October.
And there seems to be no solution inside. Are you there, caller?
Yes, Matt, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I'm here, yes. Yesterday you spoke to me about this.
I am by the roadside, right? I'm doing my work, but Matt, I had to call because this morning, you remember I called you asking you if this case had been resolved?
Yes, I remember that.
But Matt, God is in heaven, he knows. I did not know whether anything was taking place. But I dreamt, I am telling you, Matt, you will give evidence in a court for murder, Matt. In that same case, that's why I call. And if this thing go to that place, all this, I can ask a question. Can I ask you whether the chief of police, whether he is not a human being? Can I ask that?
Of course,
if I ask that question, will this be a genuine question, Matt? I don't want to break the law.
Yeah, he is.
I would like to ask him whether he is a human being or not. Because in Tortola, I know people have problems with land and they have lawyers, each side of a lawyer. And the police are staying away from that. They're saying, let the court deal with it. I don't know what kind of law we have in Dominica. So I dreamt that, Matt, if this thing continues, trust me, you, Matt, will stand in a court of law giving evidence one day. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
That will not happen, Matt. That will not happen. Whatever they call in there for us will not come forth. No weapon from against my family will never prosper because the Creator is here.
What about people that would say, I mean, they have not listened to your cry, but they'll say, or you block the Wasco, so hence you're blocking the village itself from getting water. Or what would be your response to that?
Matt, at first, that came to my mind too, yes. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, put all in my shoes. What would all you do to protect all your family? I am not putting nobody's life in danger. They can pass. Mm-hmm. We didn't stop the Wasco from passing. We never tell the Wasco you all cannot pass. We told them we're blocking that road because we want our road. We want somebody to hear. We want the Prime Minister to answer to our letter.
So
somebody have to listen to us.
You're going to any lengths to get the people.
I will not go at any lines. That is not going at any lines because they can pass. Uh-huh. Well, if you call that like that, but yeah. I decide not to go to harm nobody.
The Wasco can pass.
But yes, they take off the stuff, they pass. They pass. But let's see that, yeah, they're taking it out and they're sending it in the river. That where my road is be undermining, Matt, they
Uh-huh.
sending everything there. If rain fall, it blocking up. When it block up, my road gonna undermine more again, my bridge go down. That not wickedness, Matt. At the end of the day, isn't that not wickedness? So I have to think of others, and nobody not saying, let me think of her at least. Somebody answer
So
the
nobody,
woman.
nobody,
Somebody give an answer. Who is going to really answer that question? Where is the road for the land of George Christopher? Where is it? Where is it?
well,
Nobody can explain the woman's paper to us. They finding it is funny paper. Nobody can explain.
well, apparently a number of villages are saying, well, we need our water, so we need Dawasco to pass, and you're saying Dawasco can pass.
But the Wasco can pass. Oh no, so the road even unblocked, first of all. Since they command what they do yesterday, the road it never I decide leave that. I take it. The way they send it in our road on our bridge, I say leave it so. In case somebody come in nighttime, they told us damn bus and finish with that.
Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes, good afternoon, man. But I've been listening to the lady there and what I find strange though is that the problem started with road, right? That they were not getting that sense to their land.
Yes.
Now, if Dawasco is passing on their land to go up there, then is there not access then? I'm just trying to wonder. Because if you're talking that there is no access to go to their land, but if Dawasco is passing on their land to go, then there's access to come to their land. I don't understand.
Well, apparently, from what I read, gathered,
Dawasco road,
they were passing on one side. There are two accesses to their road, and now that they've blocked the other access, Dawasco has provided somewhat of a path to get to their home.
No. Dawasco didn't provide anything. The Mr. Walsh of housing just tell us to pass there. No written form, no written paper, nothing. Just pass there. Find a way to make a bridge and go across. Dawasco didn't even know we were passing
so
there.
So why not the other access?
Because he sold it to her. I don't know why they cannot just give it back to us, because that is a most safer road one, and that is the road. That is the road, as they told me. So the answer to that, I just don't have no answer.
So government sold that piece of the property, the access.
Yes.
So hence you can't pass there.
No, because she put a horse at a coconut tree, them at, give it plenty, 30, 60, Liza. It will grow up fast and make it look like as if nobody was never passing there if we have to ever make no court action. Talking about that, when I asked an inspector this morning, what am I really supposed to do? He tell me, well, at that point of time, when you explain to me what's going on, to me, I see it in a court action. So I tell him, but a court action, and how am I supposed to do that? Who am I going to take to court, Matt? Take her to court to making a false paper? Is that going to work? Take the government to court? Which part of the government am I taking to court, Matt? If a police officer cannot advise me, who can?
On the telephone, are you there? You're still, because we have to wrap up though. We have to wrap up in a few minutes. But hello, talk to me. Yes, interesting.
Matt, she needs to get some good advice from a good lawyer. If she has a good case, a good lawyer should know who to take to court to resolve that matter. And I just want to add, it is the same contention that caused the death of those two people, between that guy who thought it was his road and it was declared a public road, and so much time went by and then shots fired. So those things need to be resolved, and the court system should get on it. They shouldn't let those things fester. That's it.
All right, so this is how we can wrap it up for the afternoon. So what's going to happen next? You're going to go back to the police station?
Well, as I can see, yes, I still have time, so I'm going to wrap it up with my son, because we came down today to work, and go in front there and demand answers, see what will be done. I don't know. That's all.
Let's take our final call, and then we'll move on. Hello, talk to me. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Good afternoon. I'll make it quickly. Is that the same case with Mount Prosper or whatever?
Yes, and Morton Waven. Yes, it's the very same case.
That's the same case. Yeah, you've had something about. But that area has a pirate, and I think that is the responsibility of the pirate who was elected to Parliament to represent the interests of the people. So if there's an issue there, the pirate should go there, look at the issue, bring the people together who are involved, have a discussion with them, and then take it to the higher authority. So he representing his constituency in that matter. I mean, to leave the matter like that, Matt, is just untidy and not really making sense. So I think the Parliament is the Minister of Finance, Irving McIntyre. I think the Parliament need to get involved. I don't know if he has been involved before. I don't know if he can advise on that. But the Parliament, that is his responsibility, is to get involved, ensure that the people are brought together, discuss, bring the appropriate agencies, let's say communications and work, agriculture, what the case may be, and have the matter discussed. And not the gentleman and his son is still at the police headquarters.
They're in the cells.
And how many days they're in the cell for?
They're there since last night.
Since last night, and nobody can tell them what they're there for. And they're supposed to be released if the police are investigating, unless you have a charge against them. It's supposed to be released after 22 hours. So I don't know why they're still in the thing, and so on. So the Parliament, I'm calling the Parliament, you can advise the Parliament has any involvement with them, and what is the case there? I don't know, because that is the responsibility of the Member of Parliament. That is what he is elected to Parliament for, to assist the constituency and bring a calm to a situation like that. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Well, I'm just hoping that we've been trying since October to resolve this situation. Before you leave, let me just, of course, play this letter that was written to the Prime Minister just how many, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, almost a month now.
Waiting for a response, and we hope.
Yeah.
He did say, write to him. So I'm going to share that letter with you one more time before we allow you to go. So listen to the letter written to the Prime Minister a few days ago, read by Franklin Peter Moses. Yes. Let's do that again. One more time.
Wharton Waven, Dominica, March 9, 2026. To the Honorable Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, 6th floor, Financial Center, Kennedy Avenue, Roseville, Dominica. Dear Honorable Prime Minister, it has been a while. My husband and myself have been trying to make contact with you with regards to a matter which seems difficult to address and resolve by persons who are in the position to advise us and provide some resolve. We have been informed that you ask us to write to you with a view to you assisting in resolving our problem. We live in Guadeloupe. Before I returned home a few years ago now, and resided in Wharton Waven on property belonging to our family who resides overseas. Our family gave us written permission to occupy the said land where we reside. The property belongs to my husband's uncle, George Christopher, and is held by certificate of title registered in the name of Virginia Meade, deceased, who is the sibling of deceased Virginia Meade. We worried that our situation could escalate similar to that of the entrepreneur who lost their lives in Soufriere over road access a few years ago. The problem relates to our closest neighbor who is in constant conflict with us over a thoroughfare to get to our property. The police got involved on many occasions but have not been able to offer a resolve following numerous complaints by both parties. She threatened our entire family when she traversed our home and claims we were told that the land we live on belongs to the government, which does not make sense as the said land is registered in the name of the deceased Virginia Meade. Following the information we learned at court, we attempted to reach out to various government officials for some sort of an explanation about the purported ownership of the land by the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica. This matter has been escalating. The neighbors report to the police constantly, and the police comes to us as a result but provides no form of resolution. We feel that this matter will eventually escalate out of control and become detrimental. Honorable Prime Minister, we are seeking your intervention moving forward as the documents in our possession clearly shows 1, a road access to where we live. 2, that the property registered in the name of our family is accessed through the road access referred to. And finally, 3, it is our understanding that the road access may have been included in the land sold by government to our neighbor. This situation, Honorable Prime Minister, has been a constant persecution of our family for the past 4 years, and we are hoping you can, as usual, arrive at a resolution to bring some peace and tranquility to our lives. We look forward to a prompt response from you in order to discuss this matter further. Our telephone number is listed above. Yours, respectfully.
All right, that was a letter written to the Prime Minister. Let's hope that something will happen after this afternoon there. You'll give me an update sometime later, okay?
Yeah, I will. And to add a response to the caller, last call, I think, talk about went into the PAL rep. We have tried the PAL rep. My husband went to the PAL rep many times, never getting. The final time when they tell him to come that day, when he reached, oh, he's not there. He traveled. We get fed up. We were not supposed to be begging these people. Look how far we end up. Look how far we end up for a useless charge. And that's how we have to continue doing it. Begging. I'm not a beggar. If coming to you will solve my problem one way or the other, I'll just continue talking about it if it's that.
All right. Well, again, thank you.
Thank you.
And you'll
very
give me a
much.
call later.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
very
Thank you very
much.
much. Bye-bye. All right, Dominique is already now, wow, 5 minutes to 3 o'clock hour. Of course, we'll hear the story circulating about MMC taking the government to court. We'll continue with that story tomorrow morning, right here on Q, as we continue to investigate. Let's allow Mr. Franklin Peter Moses to read from the Times, Vincentian Times, exploring that report. I will talk more about it tomorrow, right here on Q. Franklin Peter Moses.
Dominica/Dubai MMC Development Limited has officially launched a formal arbitration proceedings against the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica on action that introduces significant uncertainty in the nation's massive ongoing infrastructure and housing development. According to Carl Murad, the project director for MMC Development Limited, this legal action was not taken lightly, describing arbitration as a last resort that underscores the gravity of the ongoing issues. The dispute fundamentally centers on the government's alleged failure to comply with the unfulfilled project conditions agreed upon by both parties. MMC Development asserts that it has dedicated enormous financial resources, personnel, and opportunity costs to Dominica's development. While the company maintains it is meeting its contractual obligations to deliver on these projects, it expects reciprocal adherence from the government. When these mutual commitments are not honored, Murad explained, a developer has a legal and professional obligation to seek proper remedies. From the St. Vincent Times, mega developer takes last resort action, legal action against Dominica. I am Franklin Peter Moses.
All right, Dominica, so you heard it. That we'll talk to a lawyer sometime tomorrow. We may know a little more. That's for the hot set tomorrow.
I told you that Anthony Hayden is creating a monster, and that monster will come back and ride him. Do you remember that, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
But let me go further to tell you, Skerrit is creating a monster in that ABL Company Limited, Matt. Matt, this is the man who introduced Skerrit to Prime Minister Moody. And Matt, there'll be a lot more. Matt, just give us a little time. Matt, this guy feels he has a right to control Dominican. There's another monster that Roosevelt Skerrit is creating. And this guy's going to have his hand in every single project in Dominica. And we will need to hear the terms and reference of those contracts, Matt. You will cry when you hear them. Dominicans will cry when they hear the terms of reference of those contracts. Matt, you remember the memorandum of understanding between China and Dominica?
Mm-hmm.
Not heard or seen of it at all. Matt,
True,
we
yeah.
must call. Say that again?
Go ahead, I'm saying go ahead, yes.
Matt, we must ask for those contracts given to that ABL company, Matt. Matt, Dominicans will hold their head when they see the terms of those contracts. Matt, all those big mouth fellas that used to talk, Matt. Opposition in turmoil. Skerrit is buying everybody in the opposition, man. Follicle, Thompson have to stay and fight. Matt Thompson must not be scared of the opposition to get in. He must come together with all the opposition forces, man. He mustn't be scared. Push whoever they want to fight out. and come together with all the opposition forces to take that corrupt administration off, Matt. Matt, my words. The vaccine we get from India, we will hear why we get it soon. Okay? And these guys believe they own Dominica, man. They believe they own Dominica because they give a little thing. And they blackmailing our leaders, man. Okay? That's all I'm saying for now.
So you're not surprised.
We're doing a lot more soon.
You're not surprised that MMCE is taking such action.
No, and I'm not surprised that the other company, the Trump, will be standing up and saying, I have rights. If I don't get what I want, I will speak. That is what they will say. Okay, man?
All right, my brother.
So 2 monsters he created.
Wow.
And those monsters will ride them. And Dominicans will stay like mules that's carrying the weight and seeing misery in their own country with so much money that has been around. Dominicans still pretend to worship a God that don't care about them. And they call themselves educated, man. That's all I'll say for now.
All right, and I suspect some people want to react thus far, and we'll continue that discussion tomorrow. Well, let's take our final call because the telephones are already going. Yes, talk to me.
Yes, Matt, if Mr. Skerritt was transparent and accountable, we would know the facts of the case. But we do not know the facts of the case. And the thing is, they appear to be fighting, but that appearance of a fight may just be a smokescreen to ultimately tell us that our CBI money has disappeared. And all along, the opposition has been insisting that that funding should go through the Treasury and it should be accounted for, and Parliament should have oversight. Now the two little devils are fighting. And Diabkawi, what is it? Vole, Diabkawi. But that could be a big scam just to disappear our CBI money, Matt. I don't trust it. And I hope we get down to the facts of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, that discussion will continue tomorrow. Your monster, somebody says, are back to hunt you. Imagine two foreign companies fighting to be the king of the passports, huh? We'll hear more tomorrow, right here. On the hot set.
This is the Saturday, April 4th. Wake up, let's pop from get ready for it's breakfast vibe. All happening at Summer Special in Sultan. That's your morning the right way with good music, good food, and even better energy. And all that DJ Flip the Boss, DJ Snow, DJ Fantastic, spinning all your favorite tunes. Real and the movement champions, TK Combo. And listen, come hungry, because on our menu we got sauce, black pudding, vegan and some fish, stew pops, rockfish, chips, fish and chips, hot water, fish water, and plenty more. Drinks, music, good vibes, guaranteed. And the best part, it's absolutely free. So grab your crew, bring your appetite, and start the Easter weekend the right way. Breakfast Vibes is the Saturday from 7 a.m. sharp at Summer Special in Sultan. Don't miss Breakfast Vibes, supported by Adams, Ricky Obasha's Delight, and Case Rental.
The Dominica Softball Cricket Association, in collaboration with the Elias Dupy Foundation, proudly presents the Elias Dupy Tip Ball Cricket Festival, all in honor of the late Elias Dupy. Join us Easter Sunday and Easter Monday at the Ansdome Playing Field in the northeast of the island for 2 days of softball cricket action. Games begin 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday and 9 a.m. on Easter Monday, featuring top teams from the north and northeast of Dominica, including Benz, Peebush, Penville, Calabishi, Marigot, Wesley, Woodford Hill, and Portsmouth, all competing for over $3,000 in prizes. Make this Easter one to remember with thrilling cricket, community spirit, and great entertainment. April 5th and 6th at the Ansdome Playing Field. Catch the action live on radio, Facebook, YouTube, and the television. Come out and support the Elias Dupy Tip Ball Cricket Festival, where the Northeast will come alive with cricket.
DJ Slim presents Drink with Intent, the ultimate all-white silent headphones party, Volume 2. Volume 2. Featuring Dominica's finest, DJ Snow, Selector Urban, DJ Ren, DJ Flip the Boss, DJ Day, Mika Labadi, DJ Ati, and DJ Slim. After party with Aunt Willa's YouTube sensation, DJ Style. Your Barbie Faithy, Wada G, and TK Combo. It's all going down on the rails. Saturday, April 4th. Admission, early bird $60. Tier 2, $80. Tier 3, $100. Tickets sold at Cozy Corner or online at ticketball.com. Drink with Intent, the ultimate all-white solid headphone party volume 2. It's gonna This event is sponsored by Belfast Estate, BB Rock, Discover Dominica Authority, Sun Place Hotel, Big W, Research IGA, Johnny Walker, Pirates Limited, Serrano, Hennessy, Malibu, KFC, DJ Median, K-Bits, Vibes Radio, Humble Visual, Astafan, Magnum Tonic Wine, Chef Ali, GBA Enterprises, Funky Rum, Chairman's Reserve, DDA Styles Travel, The Rel, Cozy Corner, The Pie, High Garden Limited, Mika's Courtyard, Mika Henderson Inc., One Temps Bar and Grill, Flow Dominica.
The Dominica State College is inviting you to upgrade your skills with a brand new slate of short courses. Offerings include modern joinery using PVC boards, farm business management, basic tiling, basic electricals, leadership and emotional intelligence, and cultural adaptations in the workplace for employees and employers. Interested persons are encouraged to visit DSC's Facebook page or WhatsApp channel to access the registration link. Classes expected to begin the week of April 20th. Call 255-8109 for more information.
Looking out my window, and I'm thinking of tomorrow, and I'm wondering what the future will be. Thinking of the children who are the victims of oppression, eaten down by wolves and eaten up by starvation. And it's it, and me, there's hardly what we are, and the children can go to play. I wanna see me, all oppression will be down, and the people will rise up and say, freedom at last, freedom at last, so free, freedom at stop, freedom has spoken. Shifting in situation, dominating my meditation. I can hear the voice of the sufferers cry for justice. Oh, now the rugged warriors are raging, fakes of nuclear bombers are rising, and the world is gripped by fear of mass destruction. From the children and me, there's only one behind, and the children can go to play. On the sea, and me, all oppression will be down, and the people will rise up and shout, freedom at last, freedom at last, so free, freedom has come, freedom has come.